Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we're having coffee. I'm using my holiday mug. Don't tell my husband, but I bought myself a new mug yesterday or Saturday. I'm gonna give it to myself for Christmas. So it is so gorgeous. I could not resist it. So there you go. Sometimes we buy our own selves what we need, because the truth is we are the only ones who can give us what we really need. So happy Monday, beautiful December. Looks like we're going to have a snowy Christmas, which is always a good thing for my family. All of us love it. So I hope you had a great weekend. Mine was productive. I was very happy that amidst the energies that were there or are there, I was able to get some things done that I wanted to get done. And got my crystals all charged on the full moon and did some releasing. So very grateful. The really fun thing was around my the full moon, my ancestors showed up in a way that, well, the first time that I really felt their presence and understood how we work together and what we can do together. So that was also quite exciting. Have a wonderful reading this morning. I'm really excited to share it with you. Very in line with the class that is coming up in January that I will be sharing more about. So excited about this. So let's see the Breath of Life cards, 2 of them hopped out of the deck. So let's start with that. When angels appear in the scriptures, their first words to the witness are often, "Fear not." This is also the primal message of our breath as we breathe in the world. Breath is such a powerful change agent within ourselves, relaxing, enlightening, calming. Breathing in, hear the word fear. Breathing out, hear the word not. Fear does not serve us. It is the lowest vibration we can be in, and it does not bring with it anything good to us other than the understanding of things need to change within us. So fear not. The second breath map card is conscious breathing can translate one's understanding of an experience into a greater understanding when the intent is to go deeper. Breathing up, hear the words now. I know. Fear not. Now I know. And it really, these 2 absolutely frame the message that came through this morning. I looked at the cards before because these wanted to come up and I'm not as familiar with them. The woman that gave them to me, my beautiful cousin Mary, passed in August, and she has been present with me the last few days quite strongly. And it's, I just don't, these cards to me are just a little bit unknown. So I am going to read their messages, but the other 2 cards that wanted to come up must come first. This time in history is profound, and we are so blessed to be here in all of this tumult and upheaval. And that is not one energy that I had really ascribed to this, being blessed to be here. But we get to usher in this new world. We get to look at life in a different framework, from a place of empowerment, from a place of what we are empowered to do, even in our physical aspect, from our divinity. So hold on to that, because now is the time for all of us to start owning our power, to start waking up to the truth of who we are. So fear not what's going to happen when you bring that power in, and now your understanding is going to kick in a much greater way. And when I asked who was coming through this morning, it's Archangel Raphael who is here with us. Raphael is a very gentle presence, a healing presence, and certainly a presence of great love. So thank you, Raphael, for coming, for being willing to bring through me the message for all of you. I'm very grateful for that. The first card that came up was Epiphany. This is a time for you to really start paying attention. Joy through spiritual growth. This is a time for you to start owning your power in your life, in the world, and in what you get to bring. And I had someone say to me back in March who is very Christian and said, I didn't used to believe in this stuff, meaning energy work. And I said to him, there's nothing to believe. This doesn't usurp your belief in Jesus or God. It expands it. This is where Jesus healed from. He healed from the seventh plane. He healed through energy because we are nothing but. This expands what we get to do with God on a regular basis. And if you call that higher power, universe, source, energy, creator, the great I am, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you connect. I'm open, willing, and ready to be guided. Powerful mantra right now. Be open, willing, and ready to receive the understanding of your power, your gifts, your path moving forward. Be a light to others, and answers that come through meditation. Get quiet. That really is when you kick into your knowing. You're quiet enough to receive the insights and the guidance. I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready allows your guides, your angels, your companions to come in and guide you and be with you on a regular basis. And there is nothing more empowering than that, to understand who you truly are. Melchizedek is one of the ascended masters. Look at that. Spiritual law of attraction. That spiritual law is energetic. What you put out, you go, that energy seeks like energy and brings it back to you. So if you are not happy with what is standing in front of you, ask to be given the understanding of what you're creating and how. What are my dominant thoughts? One of mine used to be that there's never enough. Lack was the predominant thought, and I've spent a fair amount of time shedding that. The other night when I was visiting with my ancestors, there were other energies that they brought up that they wanted me to release, because when we work in the seventh plane, we are working in the fifth plane where everything's happening at once. So the energy work that you do here frees your ancestors and your lineage. How amazing is that? You get to do the work to free all of you, and your ancestors do appreciate it. It was the most fun thing I did the other night, which I was outside. I had canceled my fire on my patio. One gal canceled, and I really was just feeling out of sorts, a bit physically, but like I really just couldn't handle the energy of anyone else. She messaged me and said, my energy just isn't there tonight. And so I canceled the other two women that might have come because, again, I didn't feel it. I did go out because my husband set it all up for me so beautifully, had the fire, and was literally dancing with my ancestors out there in joy. And so that was a very powerful time that, appropriately could not be shared with someone else. And that was the understanding that I got. So, and the women were very understanding as well. And I'm very grateful that those are the type of people I get to play with in the world. Why? Because that's the energy I put out. I attract what I put out. So ask to be given the awareness of what it is you're creating, especially when it's something you don't want. How am I creating that on a regular basis? And then work to release that energy. So the next card that came up from this beautiful Akashic Tarot was Hilarion. And Hilarion came up today in reverse. And here is the message. When Hilarion appears reversed in your spread, it's a sign that you've lost focus. Or you could have become totally illogical about an issue in life. It's very easy right now to fall into chaos and fear and dissension and be polarized for one viewpoint or another. That's what the darkness wants. The darkness is feeding us through the media and through television. It is a way to mind numb. Pull away from that. Get more conscious of your just a conscious conversation with God, Creator, Universe, Source Energy, the Great I Am, Buddha, the Big Hari, Krishna, the Big Kahuna, whatever you call it. It does not matter. There are no jealousies in Creator. Those are man-made emotions. Connect, talk, ask for the guidance, be willing to act on it, and know that it is time to let go of these temporal things that are holding you steadfast and in place. No matter what's troubling you, it's time to bring your logical mind back into focus. Turn to Hilarion for help and then create the strong intention to do your part. Open up the lines of communication in your spiritual and personal life. And above all, let this master of knowledge and truth help you be more honest with yourself. One of the things I listened to or saw this morning was about, I read it, was about working with our shadows, which many of us, me being one of them, resisted that for a long time. The truth was I was beating myself up enough, I felt. I didn't need to be looking at any more of the things that were wrong with me. But that's not what shadow work is about. It is bringing up the truth about all of who you are, accepting that, releasing what is not serving you, and allowing your humanness to be okay. Doing that allows that spiritual aspect to grow within you and that connection to be more empowered. It is a powerful thing to work with your shadow. The Akashic force of the Hilarion card says, close your eyes and sense the Master Hilarion beside you. Feel your energy lift and your vibration quicken. Notice a new mental energy of alertness and easy understanding. You're going to get the understandings of how to work through situations that are presenting themselves. If family time is coming up that is not pleasant for you, work, and you don't have a choice. I mean, we always have a choice, but you may not be in a place where you're willing to exercise the choice to pull away from them for this holiday or for good. If you are not in that place, power, surround yourself with peace and love, and really shed love on yourself and on all your family members. That is the power you have before you go into that situation, so that modifications have happened, and you may constantly have to shed love on all of them in order to stay in a place of peace. Whatever you need to do, it is within your power to do it. It is now time to own it. For some of you, it may be choosing not to engage with your family, and all that comes with that when you make that decision and enforce that is what your next step is. Go with your understanding. Notice a new mental energy of alertness and understanding. Your mind is open like a boundless sky, and everything becomes clear and bright. Bring that brightness to any issue in your life that needs clarity now. Invite Hilarion in. They will come immediately when you ask. So, the next and last card for this reading today was the Buddha Prepares. Also came up in reverse, and that is the Buddha leaves the state of preparation behind him, easily and happily moving into the crowd. It is time for you to awaken to the truth of your divine spiritual power, your divine path, and your divine aspects. You don't need more study. You don't need to gain new modalities. You don't need to get better at. Now is the time for you to step into the world. The reversal indicates that a period of waiting and planning has come to an end. The time for action is now. If you feel hesitant and slow to move, don't hold yourself back. Indeed, because of your inner work and preparation, you may find yourself able to influence others without knowing how it happens. So move with certainty and courage. It's no longer time to wait. The world is ready, and you're ready too. The Akashic force behind this says, close your eyes and reach to the Buddha within. Feel the peace and easy understanding that there is a time to every purpose under heaven. Feel your own sense of purpose stirring softly within you. Soon you will be ready to serve. So beautifully powerful and charged message this morning. It is time. The world needs all of us showing up in our divine power, bringing with us all our guides, our companions, working with the angels and God to create in this world what we came to do at this time. Because you and I, anyone listening to this video, we are not here by accident. God and we agreed to come in to help this great awakening, this shift. We are in the third stage of birthing the new world. It is the most difficult stage, and we're going to be there for a while. And it will get more difficult. That is why we need to step into our power, our knowing, our understanding, our peace that we can gain through all of this to stay in our light. The more of us awakening, the more of us shining our lights brighter, the more powerful the light, the good, the creator presence is in the world, and the more impactful we are at moving the darkness to the periphery. Things are happening now, seen and unseen. Things are likely to get a lot more chaotic and difficult in the world. Know that it is okay. Be in peace. Do your quiet time in the morning, your meditation. If you're not, like me, someone who gets that quiet mind state easily, that's okay. Get quiet, put soothing music on, be willing, open, and ready to receive what you need from those times, because that is your power to choose that. So what a beautiful Christmas week beginning. Merry Christmas to all of you who celebrate. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is you celebrate. Be celebratory. Get into it this week. Generate. I'll tell you what, through the years, I've had to generate excitement because I lived in a place so long of never enough. I was never enough. There was never enough for me in the world. It was a very difficult place to be. And I lived most of my life there. That is why so many times I felt like checking out would be so much better than staying here. But I knew staying here was the choice I would make. Being inside of me, I'd said many times, was really hard. If I could just be out of me, life would be so much easier. I know that struggle. If you're considering that, know that you really did come for this time. You have things to bring through that only you can bring through. No one else can. Choose to stay. Ask for the help you need. And from your guides, your companions, reach out to your friends. They will be there for you, but they have to know what you're going through. Reach out to me. We can have a conversation. It is time for all of us to own the divine aspect, to release those things that do not serve us anymore, help our ancestors out, free our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren from these destructive energies, and know that you have the ability and the right to do all of that. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom-guided oracle. Until we meet again.